Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. Big shout out to Raymond, Kenny, and Steve, three new supporters of the channel, Patreon supporters. We really appreciate that. If you want to become a patron, I'm gonna put a link down below. But I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everybody. All you guys liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Putting comments. Guys, I gotta tell you, it is amazing. I appreciate it, and welcome to the Firearms Show. This is a show where I talk about life. I talk about God. I talk about self-defense. I talk about whatever I want. And I want to let you guys know about something. Lately or recently was my kid's birthday. And one of the things that we did was that we had a cake here in the house. Obviously, the family came over. We went to the movies and we went to the park. And while I was in the park, I kind of witnessed something that kind of like threw me off. I got to tell you guys, I definitely want to hear you guys' opinion. So put it down in the comments. But one of the things that I witnessed was that the park was divided in a couple of sections. One section had all the swims, the things that kids climb over. I mean, all those things that kids love to do. And the other section of the playground was divided kind of, they had a ramp. So one of those skate ramps, if you want to put it that way. So if you're a skater or you like to do the whole thing with the skateboards, you could go up and down, do your thing and all that stuff. But here's the deal. As I'm watching my kid playing on that section, not on the skate one, and the other one, I'm looking to the other side and I see a bunch of kids. They're kind of older kids, maybe 16, 17, something about that age. And those kids were smoking. Those kids were, I don't even know if they were bullying the other kids, but some of the kids were like, hey, let me use your skateboard, let me use your bicycle. And again, some of those kids were smoking and playing around. And to me, not to say that we didn't do that. I mean, I did dumb stuff when I was a kid. But to me, we need to protect our children from that. First of all, we need to tell our children that that's not cool. I mean, those kids are hanging around smoking, having a good time, thinking they're cool. That they ain't cool. And if we don't sit down and explain our children, hey, you know what? You shouldn't be doing that. That's not the right path for you to go. They may get influenced into doing those things. So we definitely need to protect our children from that type of environment. I mean, again, some people believe that you should let your kids do things so they could learn, blah, blah, blah. No, we need to protect our children from those things. We need to talk to our children so they know what to do. They know what's right. They know what's wrong. So when they face that situation, because they're going to face things like that, they hopefully will make the right decision. And again, I'm watching these kids, and as I'm doing that, I see this lady that pulls over and she pretty much dropped her two kids at the park and left. I mean, I don't even know if that's legal. Those two kids had to be maybe 13 years old, children. And this lady just take off. And I'm looking at my wife. I'm saying, this old lady was probably grandma, brought these kids here, left them in an environment where it's older, which again, guys, these kids are 16, 17. They're about my side. They're big boys. They're smoking. They're possibly bullying the other kids. And she just left. I mean, are you really paying attention to your children, or you just not caring? So when something happened to those kids, she's going to be like, oh, I can't believe this happened. And I'm going to say, I can't believe that happened because you're not doing your job. So as a parent, we need to ensure that when we take our kids to a location, we need to look at that situation, look at that environment, look at that place, and decide if that's going to be a good place for our children to be or not. If I show up to a place and I see a bunch of kids smoking and doing things they shouldn't be doing as kids, I'm going to be like, hell no, and walk out of that place. So, it kills me, guys, because a lot of times we are preparing for zombies. We are preparing for a major government breakdown. We are preparing for government coming down here and taking our guns away. And not saying that could not happen. But all I'm saying is that a lot of times the threat is right there. It is as simple as going to the park and seeing some kids smoking and bullying other kids. Those kids could do a lot of damage to our children. So we need to pay attention to that. So again, let me know what you think. Don't take this the wrong way. We all did dumb stuff when we were kids. We grow up and we become great people or great members of our society. But again, that doesn't mean that we're going to allow our children to get involved with bad people, people that are not going the right path, just because, hopefully when they grow up, they're going to be doing better. So, anyway, I don't even know if that makes sense. But again, let me know what you think. Put comments down below. Like and share and subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of stuff coming up. I really appreciate it. And as always, God is in control.